Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to the first video in a while where I'm using my more official tripod instead of my GorillaPod. I've been vlogging for over a month now, so yeah. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about my New Year's intentions. Why am I getting an alert on my phone? I meant to silence that. For 2021. And also kind of to talk about my resolutions in 2020. So already there's a difference. I'm using a different word. I'm using the word intentions rather than resolutions because several of my 2020 resolutions didn't pan out because of unexpected things that happened last year. Can we think of any? I am going to get into what I had resolved to do in 2020 that I didn't actually do, and some things I did do. But first, starting with this year, because now it is January 8th as I'm filming this. We're over a week into the new year, and if you're in the States, it's already looking really unsettling, but hopeful? Question mark? I don't know. Anyway, so getting started with number one, practice intuitive eating. If you saw the video I posted, not the last video, but the one before that, that was me recording my very first day of intuitive eating, and it was a little scary. I did some, oh my gosh, a spot just opened up outside. I'm gonna take it. Hold, damn it. Sorry, Tyler. Literally, I saw it open up and I paused recording and I grabbed my keys and I opened my door and a car drove right in. Where was I? Intuitive eating, yes, it was scary. I deleted my MyFitnessPal and Zero, which are two tracking apps that are very diet culture-y and really make me obsess about my food and what I eat and when I eat. I deleted those and I have been intuitive eating ever since. So for 7.5 days now, and I am kind of in my honeymoon period still where I'm really enjoying it, particularly eating mindfully and not watching anything while I eat, and just finding this freedom in, I'm out of breath because I'm like, gotta get that spot. Anyway, finding freedom in just being able to eat something, enjoy it, and move on. The main goal for me in 2021 is to heal my relationship with food and with my body, and I'm going to do a whole video on my whys, why I want to do that, why that's important to me. Let me know if you want to see some me eating fear foods the entire day. I want to do a video where I eat only my childhood favorites. My next intention is to practice some compassion for myself and do more self-care and have more patience with myself, especially during my semesters of graduate school. And especially this coming semester that starts on Monday, I'm going to be taking more classes this semester than any of the semesters on my course plan, basically. So it's going to be the toughest one on paper. I think it might not actually be the toughest one, but I'm looking at it and I'm kind of intimidated, but I really want to be kind to myself during that time. I know that some things are going to fall by the wayside, and that's okay. And the other thing I know is that I have Tyler to help me and support me when things get really stressful. My next New Year's intention is to read 12 books. That's only one book a month, totally doable. I've already read 2. I feel like I'm acting weirder because of this setup. I feel like there's more pressure and I'm really warm. I was so cold and now I'm so warm. You guys, I feel so nervous around you. Why do I feel nervous around you? So reading 12 books, that's one of the intentions that I know will become less of a priority during my school semesters. Technically, I'm reading a lot during school, so the purpose of the intention is to read more. So really, if I'm not reading a book or a novel or a self-help book or whatever, during that time, that's totally fine. And I know that when I'm on break from school, I can read more. So, okay. Number 4 kind of along those lines, watch 21 movies I've never seen before. This might not seem very difficult. It might seem like a very, very low number, but I'm not a big movie person. I actually find that it's one of the traits I somehow picked up from my mom. It's not like she ever said, Heather, we're not movie people. We don't watch movies. It's not our thing. You get me? She never did that. I just somehow didn't really watch a lot of movies growing up, probably because my mom didn't watch a lot of movies while I was growing up, and I don't know, I became more of a TV show person somehow, even though my mom's not a TV show person. So this whole mom theory, I don't know where I'm getting this, but anyway, not much of a movie person. I also don't like to experience too much newness at once, especially when it's really immersive, like a TV show or a movie. If I am going into something totally blind, even if it's with a trailer or something, I don't know, I have anxiety. And I actually read a post somewhere on the internet that I'm not the only one like that. For people with anxiety, they tend to watch things that they've seen a ton. So far, I have seen 7 movies I've never seen before. I actually didn't intend on watching so many all at once. And on top of that, 3 of them have been horror movies. I am a chicken shit. I don't watch horror. I'm very scared of horror. I get really pulled in and then I have nightmares. I've even had nightmares from watching trailers for horror movies. I had 2 nightmares when the remake of It came out in, what was that, 2017? From the trailer. 2 separate nightmares. It's now on my watch list, on my HBO Max watch list. I'm gonna do it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing this one. I'm actually doing this. I don't think it'll take me very long at all to get through the 21, and this goal might even increase now that I don't know, I kind of ripped off the Band-Aid. I'm watching movies and it's fine. The next one, number 5, limit tracking behaviors. I've already started doing this, of course, with deleting MyFitnessPal, which is a food tracking behavior, but very number focused. I am a tracker. I like to track a lot of things to an excessive amount, and I realized how excessive some of my tracking behaviors were just a couple of months ago. I shit you not, I had an app where I would press a category of thing that I was doing, like commuting. I would press it and it would start counting the time that I was doing that, and when I would stop commuting, so I'd get to work, I'd uncheck that and then press the work category to see how many hours I was working, and then my workouts and how much time I was spending on schoolwork. But I mean, literally every time I would start a behavior, I would start tracking how long I was doing that thing. It got really out of hand. As of 2021, I'm not going to be tracking things that I use up anymore. It takes up brain space. If I were to use up the last of a makeup wipe, I'd have to remember, oh, next time I'm at my computer, I need to put in that I used up a makeup wipe package, you know? So now I'll just use up the last makeup wipe and throw it away and make sure I have more. Those are just a couple of the things that I was tracking. I kind of want to do a video on all the things that I used to track and what I still track. Let me know if you're interested. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. Number 6, run a half marathon. I actually have already signed up for a half marathon that should hopefully, fingers crossed, be happening at the end of March. We shall see whether a large gathering of runners is allowed to happen at that point. It might get pushed, but I want to run a half marathon in 2021. It is also on my 30 before 30. I turned 30 in July. Actually, my half birthday is Inauguration Day. Number 7, I want to go on a hike once a month. If that doesn't happen, at least 10 hikes this year. Totally doable. I'm pretty sure I hit just about 10 in 2020, and I didn't even really start hiking until August of 2020. Number 8 is another kind of monthly goal, which is go on a San Diego adventure of some kind that I have never experienced before. I I live in San Diego, if you don't know that. I love San Diego so much, and I have been able to explore a bit of the city. It's a city with all these little boroughs and little neighborhoods, and it's so different wherever you go. There are different vibes, and I've explored several of the areas, and there's just so much more to see and so many more experiences to have that are very San Diego specific. And I don't know, I just really want to explore my city more, and I never want to leave. I love it here. Number 9, I jotted this one down, and I don't actually remember jotting this one down, but apparently I want to read 6 plays. Why did I write that one down? Number 10 is limit TV watching. Hey, if I'm limiting my TV watching, then I'll have more time to read plays. So let me just pause here because I like numbers. So 6 plays, 10 hikes, 21 movies, 12 books, all these numbers. I really don't stress about hitting that particular number, and in some ways I kind of set my standard pretty low so I don't overwhelm myself. And I also am going to be okay if I don't hit those numbers, especially because I've gone years without hitting those numbers in some categories of goals and intentions and resolutions and everything. So I just like to have them. So I have written some down here, and I also have my spreadsheet. So most of these I've already said. One of them is cycle 3 times a week. I don't even know why that's there. I go like 5 or 6 days a week, sometimes every single day. So it's like, it's an easy one. It's a gimme. It's there from last year. I just kind of rolled it over. Save $1,000 by December. I hit my savings goal for 2020. So this is my savings goal for 2021. And then I put down here, perform in 2 plays. If that doesn't happen, it might be because theater hasn't opened. It might be because it does open and I audition for things and I don't get it. It might not happen because I decide I don't want to audition for things because I have too much going on. Whatever. It's there. Typically my goal on a normal year when things aren't out of control like they are, I like to do 3 or 4 a year. So 2 is already low. If it's 1, I'll be happy. Upload 1 YouTube video per week. That would be really, really great. I make these videos for me. I don't make them for anyone else because I don't want to focus on view numbers. This is not something I'm doing for a career. It's a very light hobby for me, and it helps me kind of just process my own things, and I talk about what I want to talk about. And if any of you are interested in it, then that's great. That's just like the cherry on top. But if 1 video per week is too much, which sometimes it is, actually a lot of the time it is, especially when I'm in school, that's fine. I might go a couple months without posting anything. That's totally fine. It's a very that'd be great. That's the ideal, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Floss daily. 2020 was the year I started flossing regularly, so I want to keep that up. Drink 40 ounces of water a day. You guys, water is always a hard one for me, but I always put it on there, and we'll see what happens. I did better towards the end of 2020. I did better, I swear, because I started using a flavor packet thing that was really delicious, and it works better for me than anything else I've tried to help me drink more water. So I'm just gonna keep it up. We'll see what happens. It'll be great. This is one of my favorites, this next one. Socialize with friends 3 times a month. And I don't count Tyler in that because I see him several times a week, but a friend outside of Tyler. And I include family on this too. Like if I have a phone call with my sister, I include that as someone I've socialized with. The next one is meditate daily. I actually technically have been using my meditation app every single day for over 130 days. But I'm not always actively meditating. A lot of the time I put it on and it just helps me go to sleep. So I would like to incorporate more mindful meditation and present meditation back into my routine. I would like to get another raise in 2021. I got 2 raises in 2020, which was unexpected and nice. It'd be nice to get another raise a year from my last raise. Just would be cool, but if that doesn't happen, I totally get it. especially now that I'm part-time. I want to keep doing Duolingo every day, although I haven't really been able to progress and learn more French because I just keep relearning some of the same lessons because that's all my brain can take right now, but I just want to keep my streak going. Monthly date night. Tyler and I get into these habits where we're home, we eat. Now we're eating mindfully, not watching anything, but we'll eat and then we'll watch something. So that's kind of, I don't know, what we do. And of course, with things being closed right now, there's not a lot of outside things we can do, but I think we can get a little bit more creative. The other thing is this can also be combined with exploring San Diego. Monthly family check-in. I'm just trying to be more present with my family in 2021. I want to go ghost hunting. That's on my 30 before 30. I really want to go to a haunted place and like talk to ghosts. And then finally, this is also one that's on my 30 before 30, but get a tattoo. And you know what? I've already booked it. Oh, well, okay, I have a tattoo. I mean, I have my little crescent moon on the back of my neck. Can you see it? Maybe not. But I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna keep it a secret right now. I will show it when I get it. So, what did I accomplish in 2020? I actually accomplished a lot. So I feel very good about 2020. Not everything was one of my resolutions, which is also why I'm using the word intentions, because resolutions at the beginning of a year really sets you on a path where you think you're gonna go down and doesn't really leave a lot of flexibility because something else opens up. That was a loud car. And you can accomplish so many things down a different path, but then you look back at your resolutions and I didn't do any of my resolutions, but you ignore all the things that you did do. Like I went back to graduate school and got straight A's my first semester. That's fantastic. But that was not one of my 2020 resolutions. Read one book a month. The only months I did not do that were October, November last year. Sunday meal prep. This was such a loose one for me. Like, I mean, I always packed my lunch. I always had enough food for like dinner and stuff, but I didn't really meal prep. So I don't know. Run 2 5Ks and a 10K. I ran a 10K, not like an official race because of no large crowds, but that distance by May. I think I did it in May. So that was cool. And 2 5Ks. I got into running in 2020 more so than I ever have before. Cycle 3 times a week. The only months I did not do that were when Cycle Bar was closed. So what are you gonna do? But let's see, yeah, monthly hike. That was a New Year's resolution from the beginning of 2020, and I did not go on a hike until August. But then I hiked, I guess I can add it up. Oh, I did 9. Darn. Could have done one more and gotten to 10, but whatever. Stick to my budget. I'm very good about that. I stuck to my budget, and the next one was to save dollars by December, which is for me 6 months. 6 months of emergency savings. So I have now 6 months of emergency savings saved up, and I'm really proud of myself. Create a demo reel. Yeah, that didn't happen because any sort of short film project got canceled / postponed. Submit to 5 film projects per month. Yeah, that any acting sort of thing didn't really happen. I only performed in 1 official play that closed in February of last year. So I had gotten cast in a play that didn't happen. Upload 1 YouTube video per week. I did okay in like March, April, May timeframe when Tyler and I were doing the KonMari challenge method thing at his place. And then of course in December, I uploaded a video every day from December 1st through the 24th. Finished writing a novel. I don't have time for that right now, and it's not a priority, and that's okay. It's okay to take things off your list. Floss daily. I was not good about it until May. You guys, in May 2020 is when I started flossing like a boss. Flossing like a boss. Who am I? What? Drink 40 ounces of water a day. Yeah, the last quarter, I was better about it, last quarter of the year. Socialize with friends 3 times per month. So, of course, March was rough. Didn't hit it in March. Did okay in April and May, but not so much June for some reason, and then not so much October. But all the other months, I'm sure it was a lot of virtual catching up with people, but that counts. And then meditate daily. I did okay for probably the middle part of the year. I was actually actively meditating, but then when school started, my routine got kind of kerflooey. So it became more of a passive, let me put this on because it'll help me fall asleep. Not that I even have any trouble falling asleep. And then I also had a goal to get a raise, and I did in 2020 in January, and then again in September. So that was cool. I had 3 goals that I didn't do at all at any point, any month of 2020. Postmate monthly. I technically am a Postmate driver, but I didn't do it at all last year. Blog post weekly. I started a blog at the end of 2019, posted like 2 things and then gave up, and I finally, I'm embarrassed by this, but I finally canceled the Squarespace subscription or whatever, saving me $17 a month after not using it for a year. Oh my God. And then finally, paint monthly. I spent like $200 on oil paint stuff in September of 2019 because I'm like, I'm gonna start oil painting again. And I had gotten a bonus. And so I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna paint all the time. And then I painted one freaking painting and it was horrible. And I'm like, I'm so bad at this. It's not to say I'm never gonna paint again, but I'm gonna take it off of any sort of resolutions or intentions list because that's too many things. What I'm already doing is too many things. Did I accomplish my goals for 2020? Yes and no. There you go. And I set it up that way every year, you guys. I always set so many goals knowing these are gonna be the easy ones. I'm definitely gonna do that because it's gonna make me feel accomplished. These are some medium ones that would be really great and I'll feel really proud of myself because they're realistic and hard. Like saving 6 months of living expenses. That's hard and I did it, which is great. So I'm really proud of myself with that. But then I set these really lofty ones, and then there are the ones that were realistic, but who would have known that we would be in a pandemic? So I did not know. I did not know that we would. Did you? You psychic? I'm not psychic. Okay, I'm calm, I'm centered. I am not gonna be weird anymore. Let me know down in the comments if you are someone who makes New Year's intentions or resolutions, and if so, name your #1 intention, or if you have a ton like me, name your top 3. Let me know. Let's see where we are. And also, if you don't mind, if any of your intentions have to do with weight loss or diet culture in any way, maybe don't put it in the comments because I'm just really tired of seeing that shit. Like, let's just forget that. There's so much more we could do with our lives than change the size of our bodies. I'm just so tired of it. So, I mean, maybe you want to piss me off and you want to do it, which is fine. I mean, you know, it's not gonna like send me into a big spiral or anything. It's just like, hey, get a little more creative than that. You know, I believe in you. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments and do all that good stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.